Hi, Tim and Jeremy here from HumanSpam.
And you're watching TDC Moncton.
No, it's Moncton. Like a ton of monks. 2,000 pounds of monks. Right now on YouTube.
That's a lot.
Because I just remembered I have to cut the anise. Both are going to go in at the same time. I'm only cutting one of the stalks, or a quarter of it. Anise is a very interesting vegetable because it belongs to the celery family, if I remember correctly. And it smells like licorice and it tastes like licorice. It's divine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this quarter. And I'm going to keep the rest for a later time. It keeps well enough. And I'm going to be using my whole peppers for something else later on. Okay, now since I don't like these stalks, I'm going to cut it off, but you could use these if you really felt inclined to. But I'm not inclined to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it, because like anything close to the celery family, you get dirt, a whole bunch of other stuff that you really want to have. And as you can see, it's nice and segmented. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in morsels. And look, looks like celery, doesn't it? These you don't need to worry about the size of it. I'm keeping it just as is and thin enough so that it'll actually cook fast. Because we're going to be sauteing these little guys. I'm lucky when it comes to my knife skills. I may not be as excellent as some chefs, but I can't complain. And because I want a little bit of color, I'm going to throw in little 2 or 3 small organic peppers and put the rest in the fridge. But you'll want to make sure that you remove the seeds. There's nothing worse than biting down on the pepper seed. It doesn't taste good. Okay. Not much in oh yeah, and wash them first. I don't trust if anything's properly washed or not. Not anymore. And these guys you'll add at the very last because you want them to retain their somewhat crunch. Yeah, no seeds whatsoever. Look at this. There's no seeds. Or almost no. Just need to make sure there's none more. Wow, that pepper's still pungent. There we go. Okay, now we're ready for the cooking portion of the show. I'm out of practice, does it show? Okay. Now with the little bit of oil that we've got in here, we need to heat the little baby up. Oh, speaking of little baby. Okay, I need to bring out my mushrooms because I'll need them. Use with its hand. Ta-da! What you'll do is that you'll let them out to cool because I need them smaller. And what I'll do is I'll actually take the mushrooms and cut them once they're cool enough to actually cut. Time flies. Okay, let's bring you closer. And I'll need a proper spoon to stir this around. Wooden spoon. Made from Pinocchio's mother-in-law. It's the only time where if a man has wood, it's actually appropriate. Yes, I know it's a bad joke. But what do you expect? Three cutting boards being used. I'm just going to deposit these guys on this so they manage to cool. Woo! They're still not. Still not cooked. They'll do. Empty out the middles. So it's the color that I love the soy sauce that it gives to these mushrooms. And my oil is steaming. So. My knife. I'm going to start slicing these babies into somewhat sizable chunks. And clean up my mess afterwards. I feel like I'm killing a mosquito with a friggin' tank gun. Oh, the little bastard cut off. Okay, I cut my mushrooms after they were ready. I cut the rest of the ingredients and I threw them in the pan with hot oil. And I'm just doing this quickly. You'll want to start doing this until these guys start turning opaque. But you'll want your sauce ready as soon as possible. Because you're going to throw in the rice after. Thickens up so as soon as it hits the heat. And you can smell the spices coming from it. No, I'm not going to bother turning that on, it makes too much noise. The rice, white enriched rice. I didn't use brown this time. Instant rice, to be specific. I should use long grain. Long grain gives a better finish, a tougher grain in the sense that it still stays intact, makes better rice. Now that the sauce has thickened, you can see. I'm coating all the vegetables. Throw on your rice with the chicken. Put it on the top so it starts warming. And you bring over the rest of your vegetables and throw them into it. Because this won't take more than 5 minutes max to actually cook. Now, start stirring things around. It'll absorb the sauce. And it's going to convert it into something hopefully delicious. As you can see, it's quite colorful. I'm going to just reduce the heat for a few moments. Get myself a bowl. And wait. Turn off the heat. Stir it while the heat's dying down. This will avoid the rice sticking. Take it off the heat once you're ready to serve, because it will cause the rice to stick even more. No fancy decorating for me. But it does make leftovers, which is a plus. Let's see if this is edible. If you see me explode, you know it's not. Spoon. Actually, I should do it with a fork. Here's mutton, your eye. The anise makes a difference. You can taste the spice from the jalapenos, the sourness from the lime, the sweetness from the agave, with the licorice mixed in, and the crunch from all the vegetables that you have, plus the slight earthiness of the mushrooms mixed in. This is delicious. Anyways, folks, this is Nick. I hope you have got a chance to cook this with friends. Have a nice one.